Hello, I'm Tim Daling. Thanks for joining me for Kundalini Yoga. Tonight's Kriya will be based on elevation, elevating your physical health, elevating your mood. So we're going to start in a seated position. And as we make our way down, sitting in easy pose, males will have the right leg in front, females would have the left leg in front. So we're going to start off with a little bit of breath work. Everything we do is based upon the breath. So we're going to start by closing off the left nostril, taking 10 inhales and 10 exhales through the right nostril. When those 10 are complete, we'll bring the right hand up, sealing off the right nostril completely. 10 inhales, 10 exhales through the left. Releasing after your 10th exhale. So in Kundalini Yoga, one of the things that makes it unique compared to Hatha Yoga is everything is either done for a set number, 10, 26, 52, 104, or it's set on time, 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, up to 35 minutes. So tonight we're going to be working with 2 minutes with everything. So staying in easy pose, we make use of what's called mudras with the hands. So what we're going to do in this first mudra is curl the pad of the fingers in to the palms. The thumbs extend up and the arms are out like a Y shape. So as I hold this position for 2 minutes, I'm going to be doing something called breath of fire. So in traditional yoga, this is known as pranayama or breath work. So it looks and sounds like this. It's a very active inhale and exhale, your respiratory diaphragm. You should feel that moving with each breath out. So really focus on the exhale. So this will be done for 2 minutes. And at the end of those 2 minutes, when the timer goes off, we're going to bring the thumbs together. They'll touch. We'll take an inhale. And then on the exhale, the hands come down by the side and rest on the floor. So we'll be doing this for 2 minutes. So make yourself comfortable. Hands are up. Pad of the fingers come into the palms. Thumbs extend up. The mouth is closed. The teeth is closed. The tongue rests lightly on the upper roof of the mouth. And begin your breath of fire. 2 minutes. Inhale, thumbs together till they touch. Exhale, sweep the arms down by the side and relax. So spinal flexion is next. So I'm just going to turn to the side, giving you a little better view. So here with the legs crossed, I'm holding my right hand on my right shin, my left hand on the left shin. So from this position, here's what I'm going to do. Shoulders over the hips. Inhale, I'm going to round my back. Exhale, up. Inhale to round. Exhale, up. So this can be done as fast or as slow as you wish. So this will be done 2 minutes. Inhale as you go back. Exhale as you come up. Find a focal point straight ahead. Try to keep the eyes fixed on that focal point. Head stable. So just the spine is moving. Always complete. Finish that exhale. And that's 2 minutes. So now we're going to switch to what's called rock pose. So rock pose, you can use a cushion or you can use a yoga block. I'm going to use the yoga block here. So it's situated between my feet. So when I sit back, I'm actually sitting on that block and it takes a lot of the pressure off of my knees. So these are spinal twists. So the hands come up. Now I'm going to turn. The hands rest on the shoulders. Fingers are in front, thumbs are in back. So my inhale takes me to about 10 o'clock. My exhale takes me to 2 o'clock. Inhale to 10, exhale to 2. So same as the previous one, moving at the pace of your breath. Rock pose, hands are up, fingertips in front, starting at 12 o'clock. Turn to 10 on the inhale, to 2 on the exhale. Inhale left, exhale right. So I like to find a focal point, which is my 10. Exhale, find another focal point, which is my 2. And continue. If you wish, you could close the eyes. Doesn't matter. eyes open or closed, your call. Again, when the timer sounds, always finish, always end on your exhale. So now, from there, we're going to go to seated, and the legs are going to be extended out. This is called, in Kundalini, this is called life nerve stretch. So what we're doing is we're extending the arms up on the inhale, we're folding forward on the exhale, maybe to the toes, maybe to the feet. If that's too intense for your back, just come down to the shins. If you have back issues, you may want to put something underneath the knees to keep the pressure off of your low back as you come up on the inhale, down on the exhale. So those are just some options to work with. This is going to be done for 2 minutes as well. So starting in that upright position, shoulders over the hips, much like an L shape. Inhale. Forward on the exhale. Touch or hold something. The inhale brings you up. The exhale to fold. And continue moving at the pace of your breath. Finishing on that exhale. And then taking a second to relax. Now the next one is a little similar but also different. So here I'm going to be using a yoga block. So what we're going to do is extend the right leg out. The left leg is going to be bent. So I'm going to place that block on the right side. So your bolster or block is always going to be positioned on the side of the leg that's straight. Now I'm doing this because I've had some knee surgeries and knee issues. This takes some of the pressure off my knee. So you can do this without the block. If it's too much pressure on the knee, use the block or a cushion. Now this one is a little bit different. We'll take the inhale to start, the exhale to fold, and then you're going to hold that position statically for the 2 minutes. breathing in and out. So you're trying to lengthen the inhale, make it a little longer, about 3 to 4 seconds, and the exhale is about 3 to 4 seconds as well. So from this position, you'll start by extending up on the inhale, folding to your depth on the exhale, and then holding, focusing on the breath for the 2 minutes. Release on your exhale. Make your way up on the inhale. So now, switching sides. The bent leg will straighten. So I'm going to place that block under my left leg now, or actually my left hip, sitting on the block. Bending the right leg. So I want the right heel to be almost the same position as the block. Right on the glute. So you're basically wanting to sit on the heel if you're not using the block. And I'm trying to get onto that heel as much as I can. So now we're going to go 2 minutes on the opposite side. Coming up on your inhale, lengthening up, folding forward on the exhale. If you have back issues, don't go so deep. If you feel up to it, feeling that hamstring stretch, and then keeping the physical body stationary. Staying attuned to your breath, really focusing on the inhales and the exhales. As a general rule, you want to feel your inhale and hear your exhale. exhale, making your way up on the inhale. Then that bent leg will extend out. Now I'm going to reposition myself straddling the mat. So to your flexibility level, you'll take your feet out as wide as you can, toes face up. So in this wide life nerve stretch, I'm going to be coming up on the inhale, to my right on the exhale. Up to center on the inhale, to my left on the exhale. So the inhales are always going to be in center, the exhales are going to be off to the right and left side. So this again will be done for 2 minutes tonight. So taking your inhale, extending up, and then you decide how far forward you go on the exhale. You'll notice the body will become a little more pliable as you move through this. Also, if you're doing something where you're alternating sides, just like you want to end on an exhale, make sure you complete both sides. So in that case, going right and left, timer goes off, make sure you finish both sides. So now, Cobra pose, but you'll see Cobra is going to be done a little differently than we do in Hatha Yoga. So for Cobra pose, rather than just coming up and holding it for 5 inhales, 5 exhales, we come up on the inhale, we lower on the exhale. Up on the inhale, lower on the exhale. And then we're going to add an extra minute where we come up and engage and use the breath of fire as we did in the opening sequence. So for this first 2 minutes of Cobra, it's just going to be up on the inhale, down on the exhale, moving at the pace of your breath. So hands are about chest level, legs are straight, forehead's on the mat. Inhale up, make sure you don't come too high. If you come too high, you're gonna compress the low back. Up on the in, down on the exhale. In through the nose, out through the nose. releasing down on the exhale. So I'm going to change my timer now to 1 minute. So I'll be coming up into Cobra, and I'll be using that dynamic breath, that breath of fire, where I'm making that forceful exhale, really focusing on engaging the respiratory diaphragm. But before I go there, I just want to show a couple things to be mindful of in your yoga practice. When you come up into Cobra, don't lift the head up so much. That will compress the vertebrae in the neck. Don't lift the navel up. That's going to compress the low back. Keep the head neutral so the spine long. This will minimize injuries or aggravation to your neck and your low back. You want to be very mindful of that. So 1 minute now, coming up, holding this statically, decide your height, and then you engage that breath of fire. Focal point is forward and down, and continue. Lower down on the exhale. And release. So now coming back to our 2 minutes, we're going to come back to seated. So I'm going to come back into rock pose using the yoga block again. This just makes it a little easier on my knees. So this time, what we're going to be doing is shoulders up on the inhale, down on the exhale. Inhale, shoulders up, exhale, down. 2 minutes. So find your comfortable seated position. Hands rest on the thighs. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. Move at the pace of your breath. Release. So the next one I already know, 2 minutes is probably going to be too much, so I'm going to take this one down to 1 minute per side. So this is going to be slow neck rotation, so I'm just going to be taking the head to the right in a slow circular motion for 1 minute, then we'll pause and come back to the left for 1 minute. So starting neutral, take your inhale, start to rotate to the right. Again, moving with the breath. Start on your inhale. Finish on the exhale. Sure you complete, you'll come back to center. And now the same exercise, the same movement, now just to the left. So your hands can come into mudra, they can rest on your thighs. Take your inhale. And now, going to the left. Finishing the movement on your exhale. So this puts us in perfect position to finish with our last asana or posture. Now this is a kriya of itself, but it's a short one. It's known as Sat Kriya. So Sat Kriya, I interlace the fingers, except for the index fingers and the thumbs. Right thumb is on top of left for males. Left thumb is on top of right for females. So the hands, the fingers are interlaced, the index fingers touch. You get your thumbs in position, the arms extend up. Ideally the biceps are touching the ears, as close to the ears as you can get. So you'll engage breath of fire. Extending the arms up, but keeping that breath going, that forceful exhale. Now we're going to do this for 2 minutes. So coming into position, interlace the fingers except for the index. Right thumb is on top for males, left thumb on top for females. Arms extend up, biceps by the ears. So this feeling of extending up, lengthening in the spine, and once the physical body is set, you focus on the energetic body, the breath. Breath of fire, and continue. You can also add a mantra. Sat Nam, and add the mantra with it. Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam. So it's on Sat that you engage the respiratory diaphragm. Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam. So Sat is the exhale. Nam is the inhale. Sat, Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam. So again, inhale is Nam, Sat Nam is the exhale. So if you like to work with mantras, Sat Nam is used on that Sat Kriya. Now from there, what comes up next is finding Shavasana. Coming onto the back, separating the feet, letting the palms face up. And we're going to do this just for a minute. It's important at the end of these Kriyas to take some time just to sit quietly or to lay quietly. So we'll use a minute tonight. Just coming onto our backs, still as possible. Letting the breath return to normal. Coming onto your side, pausing on your side. Take at least one breath in, one breath out before making your way upright. I'm Tim Daling. This has been Kundalini Yoga, and I hope to see you next time. Thank you.